you're ever to grow or you're ever to develop, you have to always push the outer edges of your comfort zone. You can't go all the way out because that's too uncomfortable, but you've got to push the limits. As a life strategy, I think you should be pushing the limits all the way till you're done. My overarching idea about what we're doing today, and that is about leadership and how leadership influences results. How they perform is a reflection on how we lead them. Now, would that take the onus of results off them and put it back on us? There was a time when our ancestors actually encountered a lion or a bear in the wilderness, and they had to make a decision either to fly or to fight. So immediately, heart rate went up, pulse went up, all the adrenaline was just shot, which is going to happen to some of you when you speak today. Get this. This is what's going to happen physiologically. You are going to have a rush of adrenaline and hormones that are going to be coursing through your blood. All of your blood is going to move to the major muscles so that you can prepare to fight or run. And that is all because you have the fear, you confused, a lot of us have confused rejection and alienation by your peers as a threat to your mortality. Next to the Kellogg's was the private label brand, which was $1 less. And I said, well, there must be an ingredient change. We took the packages and we looked at them. There was not 1 gram difference, not in its distribution, not even in the, you get to 100 grams this, you know, the bottom line 100, 13 this, 14 this, 9 this, 0 that, 7 that, all the components that make up grams, there was not 1 iota difference between the Kroger brand and the National brand. Guess what I did? I switched. The new normal. I'm the example of the new normal. I switched brands. So we have to be smart enough to understand the difference between what's absurd and what's reality. So I hope to be able to do that today, sitting in my chair. I got a high chair there, so it makes you feel like all the components that make up shrink, all the external, the pricing, all of the components that make up shrink are almost effective as we are as leaders. If we can produce a 3% EBITDA and they can produce a 2.3 shrink, I mean, isn't that amazing? Shrink is that powerful. Then it doesn't have the brain power we have, yet it's almost as effective as we are. It's going to grow in visibility, it's going to grow in urgency, and it's going to grow, it ain't going to go away. So for those folks that like to stay 1 step ahead of the policy, as do I, and they're going to put that on my tombstone, at least he stayed 1 step ahead of the policy, all right? That's what he said. He stayed 1 step ahead of the policy. Understand, this is a big one. You know how you know when your job's up? You're dead. You're dead.